So I'm really torn on this one because I'm a huge God of War fan, and I am gonna watch the show regardless of where it gets produced. And I'm not one of those people who hates on Amazon. I know a lot of people are upset with Amazon because of Wheel of Time and Rings of Power, but they've also produced a ton of other great television that Chris and I are absolutely thrilled with and happily enjoy on a regular basis. So I don't think that Amazon Studios is some bad place for television. However, what has me not so hyped about the God of War live action TV series that just got ordered at Amazon is the fact that they put Rafe Judkins in charge of it. And it blows my mind because I don't see. Well, let's just dive into this a little bit more. In the past, we've seen great creative guys like Ronald D. Moore who have tried to juggle show running two different shows and they just can't do it. Being a showrunner means you need to be 100% invested in the project that you're focused on. And Raf Judkins is the Wheel of Time showrunner, and he's already botched that up to the point where now he's going to be show running on the God of War live action TV series as well. That just raises a whole bunch of red flags for me because as not just the sense that as well, let's just take this a step back. I don't think that he was the right person to do the Wheel of Time series because it's really hard to adapt something that big and that nuanced, um, because there's just so many characters and all this other stuff going on, and the way he's chopped it up is not something I'm a big fan of. I feel like the God of War series is a lot easier to work with because you're not dealing with such a vast array of characters. It's one guy, Kratos. And in this case, more than likely what they're adapting is going to be, and it actually says right here, the live action series that's been ordered is based on the 2018 video game. So it's following Kratos along with his son. But it says here that it's going to be following in the footsteps of that 2018 game, which is basically Kratos being, he's basically exiled himself from his past in Greece, who hangs up his weapons in the Norse realm of Midgard. Then, when his wife dies, he sets off on a dangerous journey with his estranged son Atreus to spread her ashes from the highest peak, his wife's final wish. He soon realizes the journey is an epic quest in disguise, one which will test the bonds between father and son and force Kratos to battle new gods and monsters for the fate of the world. So, knowing that they're only adapting the 2018 video game, that means it's a very short run. And theoretically, it's something that is just going to be a limited series because it's based on one game and there's not enough material there to stretch it out into multiple seasons. It's just a very tight knit. So they could do that as like 6 to 8 episodes, and I think they could get it across fairly easily. So in that sense, you know, I don't feel like there's a lot for Raf Judkins to fuck up in the sense that, you know, i- there's only one video game's worth as opposed to 15, 14, whatever books there are. Um, he's showrunning and executive producing along with Iron Man and Children of Men writers Mark Fergus and Hawk Otsby, who are also writing and executive producing. Santa Monica studio creative director Corey Barlog will also serve as an executive producer in addition to PlayStation Productions, Assad Kieselbash, and Carter Swan. Santa Monica Studios Yumi Yang and Vertigo's Roy Lee. Santa Monica Studios' Jeff Ketchum is co-executive producer. The show is a co-production between Amazon Studios and Sony Picture Television in association with PlayStation Productions. According to Vernon Sanders, head of global television at Amazon Studios, we're honored to share in the adventure of exploring God of War mythology in a momentous way with Sony Pictures Television, PlayStation Productions, and Santa Monica Studios. Um, so this is following in Amazon's adaptation of Fallout, as well as HBO's Last of Us, Paramount's Plus Halo, the academic-led Twisty Metal at Peacock, among other things. Um, there's a lot of commentary being made in this variety piece on all of the various heads, um, making grand statements about we can't wait to turn this into a premium live action series. Um, you know, I guess my concerns come from the fact that I just don't consider Raf Judkins to be, and again, this may be me being way too judgmental, but he butchered the Wheel of Time adaptation. It could be that that being his first big project, that it was just, maybe he swung and missed, and maybe he could come out with a God of War adaptation that is actually really good. Again, I feel like there's less to screw up with the God of War because it's based on one video game and they're dealing with a very tight knit story. And because you've got so many other creatives involved, I think that there's less of a chance for him to just be doing whatever he wants in terms of, you know, um, pulling at strings and rewriting characters and so much. There's not a lot you can do in terms of Kratos. He is who he is. He is a very gruff, character, and he has a background which can be hinted at, but doesn't have to be, detailed a lot. And most of the dynamic is going to be about between him and the kid. Between him and Atreus, and that journey they take to spread his wife's ashes. Now, if they follow the game exactly, it would lead up to a sequel series, which would follow God of War Ragnarok, which I'm still playing through right now. I've actually not finished the game because I got sidetracked because the Witcher 3 next gen release came out. The God of War Ragnarok is, in my mind, an even better game than the 2018 God of War. The storyline is better. Atreus is, more of an adult now. There's multiple storylines going on, and it sets itself up very well to be shot as a follow-up sequel series. So I am extremely excited to see a live action God of War series coming to life. I don't care that it's at Amazon. I don't care where it's produced. I'm going to watch it. Hopefully, I'm going to enjoy it. My initial ooh reaction has nothing to do with Amazon or anything else, but more along the lines that Judkins butchered the Wheel of Time adaptation that I've seen so far, and I'm just very nervous that they theoretically would butcher this. But my saving grace is that I know in advance that it's not a lot of source material to butcher. It's just one video game, so we'll see. Um, I don't know. I know that the rumors have been going around, and a lot of people want to see um, Judge in the role of um, Kratos because he's been doing such a great job with the voice acting for the last two games. And, we've seen Chris in various roles over the years. I mean, he's still extremely well known for his role as Teal'c in Stargate. And there's a lot of people that are championing for him to be in the role because he is older now, but he's still in really good shape. He's already got the character voice down, and he's already an established actor who has the gravitas necessary to pull this role off. I don't see why they wouldn't hire Christopher Judge to come in and do the role of Kratos. And if they really wanted to make this, I think it would be brilliant if they cast both him and I'm going to apologize in advance because I don't know the name of the kid who has played Atreus in the last two games, but I know he's been making the rounds on social media lately and becoming an actor in his own right, and he deserves credit where credit is due. And I think it would be really cool to see these two who have already embodied these characters in the last couple of years of video games come forth and be able to do it in the live action series as well. I think that would be really cool. But unfortunately, Hollywood rarely works that way because executives want to cast different people in the different adaptations. So I don't know. It would be cool. It's great to think about, theorize about. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, support the channel with the membership, super chat, super stickers, and super thanks. Don't forget the Patreon page, and I'll see everybody in the next episode. Peace.